Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on Monday, the 19th of February 2018. I'm Darren Sinden, and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. And as it's a Monday, we tend to look at things on a weekly basis. Dollar index down around 1.17% over the last trading week, 89.14, the greenback there, slightly before we went on air. And let's have a look at some of the moves in currencies we don't focus on as often as we probably should. First of all, New Zealand dollar against the greenback, 1.74% to the good over the prior week. The Brazilian real up by about 1.91% against the US dollar over the last 5 trading days. And the South African rand also making gains of around 1.91%. Against the dollar over the previous week. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. First of all, just to remind you that it's the Chinese New Year holiday, the ongoing holiday in Asia. We also have President's Day today in the United States and Family Day in Canada. Amongst that, over the next 24 hours, we have the Eurogroup meeting, the gathering of finance ministers from the Eurozone, and we'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. Overnight, we've had house price index data out of the UK for February. Bigger rises perhaps than we might have expected to see there, and that probably feeds into positive reaction to sterling. At 9 AM this morning GMT, we will have current account data for December out of the Eurozone, heavily influenced, of course, by the strong German current account position there. And speaking of Germany, we'll also hear today from the Bundesbank, the German central bank, in their monthly report and outlook on the performance of the German economy. 10 AM GMT sees the release of construction output data for December out of the Eurozone. And then we have a significant break all the way around to 18:45 tonight before we hear from the Bank of England's Governor Mark Carney in a central bank speech, or the first of today's central bank speeches, I should say. At 21:45, we'll have producer price index data for the fourth quarter out of New Zealand. And at 22:15 this evening, to round off the day, the Reserve Bank of Australia Assistant Governor Bullock will give us the second of the day's central bank speeches. Right then, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye. First of all, those Eurogroup finance ministers are meeting today, and amongst the topics for discussion will be the appointment of a new European Central Bank Vice President and a review of Greek economic progress as regards the bailout. China has hit back at the USA in the war of words on metal tariffs, calling US accusations of unfair practices in aluminium and steel markets unfounded and warning of retaliation if US tariffs are imposed. Meanwhile, Japan's trade balance data for January shows strong growth in exports, which rose by around 12.2% year on year versus gains of 9.3% in the prior month, December. Right, food for thought then, something to take away with you into the trading day, and why not think about this? We've heard much discussion about the uneven distribution of wealth in the model world, but very little comment about just how that wealth is comprised and varies across various income brackets. This chart from the Visual Capitalist looks at the situation in the US and breaks down the typical assets held by households and individuals in these income or wealth brackets. Well worth spending some time on this chart and looking at the differences between somebody with $10,000 and somebody who might have as much as $1 billion. Alright, risk warning time. Please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs and foreign exchange on margin can be a risky business. If you are in any doubt about those risks or the suitability of these products for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account advisor.